today is Alexa Vega. Alexa, thanks for stopping by. We're going to talk World Vision and everything, but I just, I'm just going to say I've watched Spy Kids because I have many kids, and that story of you being part of that, you must have learned so much from that experience.
It was incredible. Such a huge part of my life, my family's life. I mean, all my siblings grew up on that set as well. It was truly a magical time as a kid because this is pre-social media. So we were just kids being kids on the coolest set ever. It was incredible.
So our topic today is teach kids generosity this holiday season. So, and we're going to talk about the World Vision gift catalog and everything. So tell us a little bit why you're involved working with World Vision, and let's also talk about teaching kids generosity as well through this process.
Yeah. So ever since I was little, I have to, give my mom a lot of props because she instilled a serving heart within me. She would constantly take us out to she would take us to different places to volunteer. And that's something that I really wanted to instill in my kids and something that I continue to love doing. So after a disaster, we'll usually come in and we'll be boots on the ground helping families out and serving meals. And I take my kids with me on that. I have been giving specifically to World Vision for over a decade. I really, really love them, but only in recent years have been able to partner up with them and see behind the scenes what they do. And they are beyond, I think, what most of us even know about. This year, we're teaming up with them for their gift catalog, this right here. And it's not like a normal gift of like materialistic type items. Everything in here are truly just like tools that are going to help families in need. So when I open this up with my kiddos, just because I love doing everything with them, right here on the first page, it's talking about how you can give a gift of a goat, a chicken, ducks. And I was kind of going through and they're like, okay, mom, well, if you give a goat, what does that do? And I'm like, all right, well, if you give a goat, you can get milk or cheese or yogurt. And then not only does that like give to the family, but they can also sell it and become self-sustaining because now they're making money. And they're like, all right, all right. And as a parent, you're like hoping this sinks in, but you're not really sure. So a couple of days ago, I overhear my oldest son, and he's telling his friend, he's like, bro, if you just give a goat to these families, and he goes on to explain what this goat does. And I was cracking up because I'm like, yes, my parenting is working.
What a teachable moment. I mean, and kids love giving. You just have to teach them the process.
You have to teach them because, look, naturally, our first instinct is like, well, no, it's mine. I want this. I want to keep this toy, right? But when we actually went out and we were handing out toys to kids in need and they saw the looks on their faces, and the same thing when we were serving food and they got to see the impact that it had on people, they wanted more of that. They're like, Mom, did you see his face? He was so happy. And did you see how thankful he was? And they would come to me afterwards and then ask, when can we do that again? And instilling that in them, it made them feel, it empowered them. It really, really did. So I would say really take your kids with you, go to worldvision.org, watch the videos that they have about how their gifts are going to be impacting these different families around the world.
100%, because it's so key to do that. And what did you learn most about World Vision since you've been helping them?
The big one for me was a couple years ago. I went with them to a place in LA called the Dream Center, and we were volunteering out there, giving gifts to a whole bunch of kiddos, and they had some goodies for them. And when I was talking to one of the ladies at the Dream Center, she's like, I don't even know if everybody realizes the impact that World Vision has had for us. Whenever we have had a need that couldn't be met anywhere else, they would call World Vision, and all of a sudden they would show up with trucks filled with exactly what they needed and immediately. And it blew me away hearing that, because it's not publicized. It's not like in the news, like World Vision saves the day again, but they really are just there for each community. And this was a local community. So that was just what was happening right there in LA. And this is constantly going on over and over and over again across the world. And it's really beautiful, very impactful.
So you say that the gift catalog can also show if there are areas of the country that you can help too, right?
Oh yeah, so you can give back to the people in the U.S. There's a family emergency kit, and that helps feed a family of 5 for a week, and that does include fruits and vegetables. So that's just one way that you can give back to families here in the U.S. But for sure, go visit worldvision.org/Alexa. All the info is there on all the different ways that you can get involved with World Vision.
Fantastic. What do you think you like the most about World Vision?
Um, I love their hearts. Like they just want to help give people tools so that they don't rely on help all the time, if that makes sense. They believe in like teaching a man to fish. How do we provide them the tools and empower these families to be able to do it themselves? And I think that's what makes them really, really special.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too. And I think adding this gift catalog just means it's not too late now, guys. I know that, Santa Claus is, you've already asked for everything you need for Santa. Now just go ahead and jump into this catalog and see who can we
Yeah,
give gifts to other kids? How can we be Santa in so many ways?
it's really wonderful. So cool.
So let's talk about like some of the other cool things that are in the catalog. You talked about like a goat. What
Yeah.
other thing? Yeah.
Well, okay, so yeah, you have Go, but then you also have things like sewing machines, actual tools. You have nets for bedding. You have water wells. I mean, the list goes on and on. There are so many different things. And then, a couple years ago, I teamed up. My heritage, my nationality is Colombian American. So there are these women, these artisan fair trade girls who make this right here. It's a bracelet from Colombia. It's like these seeds that they dye and they put together, and it's super cool. And these women are making that, and that's also a part of the gift catalog. So you'll find a lot of unique things in there, along with these impactful tools for families.
So what else do you have in the works and what's ahead for you in the new year?
So we have a couple books coming out. We have not announced the titles yet, so I can't say that, but we have one kids book coming out and then a book that I'm writing with my husband. If you're a fan of Spy Kids, some stuff will be happening that we're excited about. And we launched a clean vitamin company this last year, and our kid gummy launches next month. So check that out. That is called Good Things.
So as an entrepreneur, how did you kind of take that role, of the show as an actor and say, okay, now I'm going to look at entrepreneurial types of things to do?
Um, you know what? For us, there are so many things that we just love being a part of. We love giving. We love having resources to give. I mean, yes, you can be like, yeah, it'd be great to earn more money. That's awesome. But really, we were just like, okay, like, and our faith is everything. We're like, all right, God, like, how do we have the resources to be able to do all the things that we want to do? And one of the things was our health. We're very passionate about health, and that's why we launched our vitamin company. And that company in particular gives back a lot as well. My husband and I love the entertainment industry. It hasn't looked the way that we have wanted it to look, which is why we launched our own production company, so that we could create projects that we're really proud of and that we're passionate about. So we've been working on that. Obviously, the books. So we're go-getters. I think that's the one thing. Come, if you want to be like an entrepreneur and you want to just commit your head to something and just go, you know what, I want to create a business. Don't just focus on like, I want to create a business because I want to make a lot of money, because I don't think you're really going to get anywhere with that. I think the biggest thing is, how do I serve people? How do I meet a need? What is that need? And go for that.
That's fabulous. And such great advice. As an
It
entrepreneur,
works.
as an entrepreneur myself, I'm just trying to create something big, but takes time. And you don't go just
It takes,
blow up and you decide, especially with all the evolution of things changing every day, right? You have to constantly look to grow, and you grow at your own pace. You
right.
don't.
You
Go ahead, sorry.
You have to. No, I was saying you have to. There was this saying that I just recently learned. We've been saying it wrong, and I don't know the whole thing, but how it's like the jack of all trades, the master of none. Well, apparently that saying goes on to say that it's actually better to know how to do everything than it is to only be a master of one. And I was like, wait, I always thought it meant the opposite. Like, don't worry about doing all this stuff, only focus on one thing, when really we've hijacked that statement and made it into something else. So go look up the real full
Yeah,
statement.
I
And I
love
was
it.
like, wow, that's that's very different than what I thought it was.
So, Alexa, I'm a former professional wrestler, former teacher, did so many
So cool.
different things in my career. So, jack of all trades. I love being the jack of all trades. But the
I do
statement is
too.
the statement because guess what? You can figure out another need if you've built a brand and you have an
100%.
audience. You can. It's the world's your oyster, and just the niche to
Yes, I
one
have to
thing.
learn the rest of that quote.
I think it's jack of all trades, master of a master of none, but it's better than a master of one. Something like that.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
all right.
I think
Perfect.
that's what it is, but it's great.
Well, okay. So go to worldvision.org, but also what your website for people to find info on your production company and all the different things. Where can they go?
Oh, well, for our vitamin, you can go to goodthings.com, goodthings.com. And we don't have a website for our production company just yet. But if you want to watch one of our recent movies, you could literally watch it on YouTube. And it is called Get Him Back for Christmas.
Hey, I got a place for you also. By the way, I am working with, I'm a CMO of a streaming network that we're launching that's been around for about 10 months called Radiate.
Oh my gosh,
So you have to search it.
congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
What is it called?
Radiate, RAYD,
Radiate.
D8.TV. Check it out. I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Awesome.
Thanks, Alexa.
Congratulations.